So first of all, I'm sick, and I'm sorry if I'm gonna sniffle throughout this video. And second of all, yes, I got myself an Epidendrum orchid. So if you watched my last video with the Nobly I bought, I included a clip of the Epidendrums that were for sale. So there were pink ones, and there were red and white ones. And I went back to Loblaws, and on the sale rack was one of the Epidendrums, which I'm guessing is a pink one. And I snatched it, and I ran off with it. Well, first I paid for it. It was $12.50 actually, which is a really good price because it was 50% off. So, I don't think they realize how cheap they're selling it for when it's out of bloom. Well, because again, it's a special variety orchid, which was regularly $25. They just put a 50% off tag on it, and other places around the world you'll get this for maybe $5 or something on sale. Even in other parts in Ontario, which is where I am, I know people who get them for $5, Cataleas and stuff. Well, that's not the case where I am in Ontario. So I'm near Toronto, and I actually found this in North York. So I was grocery shopping there and I found it. But yeah, I cannot believe I got it for this price. So for me, that's a good price. But it has, in total, I counted 7 pseudobulbs, and I think 8, but one of them is a new growth, and 2 of them are actually snapped off. So I'm going to go through the bulbs with you just so that I can use this video for future reference to see how it was when I bought it, also for you guys, and just to show you the health of each one. So first, if I pop it out of the pot. It is in sphagnum with a little bit of bark. So unlike the Nobly, it is not full sphagnum, it has some bark in it. But I'm not noticing a lot of roots around the bottom and inside the pot. I still think it's healthy because there are a couple roots at the top, but not as many as I would expect. So let me just get to the back bulb there. So first comes this, I don't know if this is the oldest, I'm just going through the bulbs that were at the back of the pot. So first comes this bulb that had a spike, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but I think it's a pink one because I found some dried blooms when I was cleaning it and they looked pink. Also, the new buds are pink. And also, the taller epidendrums for sale were the pink ones, so. So first is this bulb, and in here, I don't know if that's a new growth or a new root. So it really does look like a new growth, but I just don't want to say it yet until I know for sure. But there's this one with one of the spikes, and then there is 2 that were snapped. So there's one here, and it was actually buried under moss. It only has 1 leaf. Someone snapped it, or they used it for propagation or something. But I took off that moss. It was on top and it was covering it. I didn't even know it was there. Then there is this one, which is also snapped off. So this leaf split as well. And again, they either used it for propagation or someone actually snapped it off. Because this is a very unstable orchid, and they did not stake it like they did with the Nobly. I did not have peace of mind while I was bringing it home. I thought I was going to snap it every time I moved the car. So that was not a very good ride home. But after those 2, there are 2 sickly bulbs. So I'm calling them sickly because they have dark green leaves, and they have skinny stems, and they're short. So it looks like they increased the light, and now it got burnt a little. And also there is a root there, so it could be a keiki, but they really don't look the best. There's another one here. It's very short and skinny and dark green. And also the leaves are pretty small on these ones. So if I compare a leaf, here's a leaf right here, and then here's another leaf on the other one. So I did shine up the leaves, and they look really good. And I did not leave one to show you how dirty it was, but I should have. And after that one is this really, really tall one. So this one is the one I thought I was going to snap every 2 seconds. But it doesn't have as much red as the other one. That's a different plant. This is my new palm tree I bought for my room. I'm kind of trying to make my room a little jungle. But this is the tall one, and it has a snapped spike with a couple buds on it. So some secondary spikes opened and gave a couple buds, but it was snapped in the store, so I had to put tape. And this one is not, so hopefully it gives me a couple more buds. I do see some pink nodes over there. And after this tall one comes a new growth. So I don't know if it's a keiki or a new growth, because I feel like the new growth should start right from the bottom, right? This one's coming out a little bit higher, so either it's a climbing new growth or a keiki or something. But either way, I'm not going to remove it until I know a little bit more about this plant. So it has some couple new leaves over there. And it has some roots, and the funny thing is these are thicker than the other roots. The other roots are kind of like oncidium roots, while these ones are like phalaenopsis roots. So in the back there's a thick one, in the front here's one, and there's another one coming out right there. So they're really, really thick. And I think it's time to repot since it's now growing, and I can't wait to get rid of that old nasty media. And also I did find some weeds inside, just like in the Nobly. So that's basically all of the bulbs on this epidendrum, and it looks like it has a lot of history. So I'm just going to plop it back in its pot. And also going to add the, actually no, I'm not going to add the tag. I'm going to put that with all my other plant tags. I find they damage the leaves while I'm moving the plants. But anyways, that's the Epidendrum, $12.50. I'm happy, looking forward to taking care of it. I really don't know how, so if you guys would give me tips, if you know, that would be great. And yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching, and I will update you if it blooms.